Oh, look at that. What's up, man?
Hey, Jimmy! I
Dude,
need your help, bro.
you need my help?
I need your help
Okay.
because I've got the new Stomp XL, new to me, not
Okay.
the new to many on your channel, but
Right.
like you're the guru, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to use this thing because I'm not really a very good electric guitar player, but I do play rhythm some.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But I really want to run my acoustic through it
Okay.
and then play electric maybe at the same set, but like maybe on the same patch. I don't know. I know this thing's pretty powerful, but
Not have to switch presets, like just stay on the same preset.
that's what I'm thinking because I would like to be able to almost even leave this sitting back at like the back line and
Yeah.
just be wireless up front and be able to maybe switch it from my AirStep MIDI, or
Ooh.
I could just maybe do
Ooh.
two patches. I don't know. I mean, I'm curious about doing all in one. Just so you know, like I've got let's see here. Can you see? I've got my telly there. It's
Yeah.
just got humbucker and single coil, and then my Larrivee, it's just got it's not an Anthem pickup or anything. It's got a good pickup in it, but it's just a piezo pickup.
Yeah.
So is that something you think like the HX Stomp XL can do?
I think so. I think we can. I think it'll handle it.
And we've never talked about this before, have we?
Never. Never did we pre plan this at all. Man.
That's right.
And my screen recording stopped, but that's okay. You see them right there. How about this? How about this? I just thought of an idea. Why don't I make you a preset
You could do that?
that will satisfy all your needs as far as
You
this
know
is
how to make
concerned?
presets?
I've been known to make a few.
Dude, that would be a lifesaver.
Let's do it. All right.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Jimmy.
I'll work on it.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man. See ya.
See ya.
All right. Rylan wants a preset, and a preset he shall receive. Let's make one together. If you would like this preset, I would suggest following along. Grab your guitar, open up HX Edit. We're going to make a preset that holds not only a nice stereo electric guitar ripping sound, but we're also going to be able to click and go to an acoustic sound. Let's do it together. Let's name this HWL Rylan. Boom. Save. All right, the first thing I want to do is get my electric sound. So we're going to pick an amp. And I'm thinking about getting this Matchstick 2. It's something I've been loving recently. I do these things to it. I kind of bring down the bias X, bring up the bias, ripple down that hum. That's annoying. Turn that down. Sag. I might bring the channel volume down, just start with it down, bring up the presence a bit, bring down the cut a bit. Let's see where the drive is, but I also know that I want some IRs, and I'm gonna do a dual IR to blend some sounds. We're not gonna pan them left and right, but we are gonna blend some sounds. So I have some from my Expanse pack. There's the Big Cab IR, and then there is the Spencer's a good one. This one right here. Let's try this. Stock amp, well, it's not a stock amp sound. I changed some things already, but let's hear what we have. Way too loud. Let's bring that on down. All right, I'm just doing the channel volume based on what I'm seeing in my dot over here that's off the screen. As a reminder, channel volume is just pure sound. It's just pure volume, pure loudness. It's not changing the overall tone like master would. If I start messing with this, it's gonna change the way it interacts with the gain. How clean is this amp? Clean that up a bit. I'm using my Reverend Gil Paris Natural. All right, that sounds pretty good. We blended these IRs. And you can do this as well with the stock cabs. You just move and blend microphones together. We're not gonna cover that in this video. We're trying to make an acoustic and electric preset. I'll save our stuff so far. We know we also want some delay. Well, let's work from the bottom. I'm gonna do some reverb. I'm gonna make some stereo reverb. I love the dynamic hall. You rarely have to change anything in the dynamic hall. Dampening, I'll release some of that. Diffusion all the way up. We'll leave the decay where it is. Let's hear what we have. That sounds good. And we'll mess with the decay and the mix when we go to blend this with the acoustic stuff. He also said that he wanted some delay. So we're gonna pick a stereo delay. My favorite delay is the transistor tape. Click this to make it quarter. He said he wanted a dotted eighth, but we'll mess with that. I like to crank the headroom because we don't want any clipping going on. The spread, let's make it super wide. A quarter note sync with a scale of 75 also gives us a dotted eighth. But what I love about this is cranking that wow and flutter. Let's just hear what the delay sounds like. Feedback to taste that with the reverb. Sounds pretty good. He also wants some overdrive, so let's give him some distortion. I love the Timmy. I like to back off the gain a little bit. I mean, that rips. That sounds good. We also want some compression. Let's throw some dynamics up there. I like the kinky comp. Bring down the sensitivity. This mix here is like a blend. I like to bring that down pretty low. Attack and release can be about the same. Sometimes I like to add a little more volume on the level. Single coil. I mean, that sounds good to me. Now, we need something acoustic. We need some acoustic things. So let's save what we have. Now, I have in my Expanse pack some acoustic presets. The last one is called the AG Bob. And what is pretty much shapes the tone of this is these two EQ blocks, which you can pause and get these settings if you want. I'm gonna copy this block and just bring this down to the Ryland preset. Paste, boom. And we're gonna bring this down before the delay and reverb so that this acoustic sound will go into the delay and reverb. And we're gonna bring this all the way up before the amp and cab, even before the overdrive, but we do want the compression applied to our acoustic sound. So we'll leave that right there. Let's save what we got and let's go grab that other EQ block. This is the parametric EQ. Copy that. Paste. We'll save that. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to stay on this preset and be able to switch from acoustic to electric. So our A up here is electric and our B path is acoustic. So what we need to do right here, and there's a couple ways we could do this. I'm gonna go to the split right here and split this direction, split that direction. Then I'm gonna come over here to the merger block and I'm going to assign level A to foot switch. We're on the Stomp XL. Let's say foot switch 2 and level B to foot switch 4. Those are the two, nope, foot switch 5. Those are the two middle of the 6. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 and 5, those are in the middle. So even if he's in 4 stomp mode instead of 6 stomp mode, if you know anything about that, he can still see these two parameter adjustments. Now we need to go over here to bypass control and make the minimum 0 and the maximum, the minimum is -60 and the maximum is 0. Same thing with this one. Set this to 0. That way, when we click these buttons, when they're both off, no sound. When they're on, that is the electric sound, and when B is on, that's the acoustic sound. Now, let's adjust some things for the acoustic. Now, Ryland, if you're watching this, on this preset, and anybody else who happens to get this preset, if you're making it, or if it ends up in the Expanse pack. If you don't know what the Expanse pack is, it's an ever-growing collection of presets, but you only have to pay once. You get free updates for life, like this. I will be throwing this in the Expanse pack very soon, maybe by the time this video goes live. We will see. But if your guitar, your electric or your acoustic, if you want to volume match those, you need to get your electric and play it, and get your acoustic and play it, and adjust where 0 is. So like if I want my acoustic to be louder, then I would just raise this, okay? The B path, I would raise that assignment to be like 3 dB more. That way it goes from 0 all the way to 3.1 dB in this example. That sounds pretty good. It's a pretty big ambient reverb, so another thing I want to do, and if I wasn't clear, I would have to do this no matter what guitar I was working on. So I would go in and assign those adjustments to volume match my guitar. So I'm gonna leave them both at 0 for now, because that's a good starting point for people. And if the preset's too loud, then you can go below 0. You can go from -60 to like -5 if you want to, or whatever. Boom. But this is where we're at now. Now I want the reverb and delay to not be so strong when I switch to the B level. So on foot switch 5, that's what turns on my acoustic. So I want foot switch 5 then to do some adjusting on my, maybe the decay, as well as the mix. Foot switch 5. And what I want the decay, it's currently at 4 seconds. We'll set this at 4 seconds. And then the minimum decay we'll set at 1.5. And then the mix, right now the mix is at 39. So minimum was 39. But I want the mix to be much lower. And we'll save that. Let's see what that does. So that mix is pretty low. Let's change it. Let's move that mix up a little bit. 23. It depends on what you want to do with your acoustic. If you're doing solos, you may want more reverb, but I don't use a lot of reverb on my acoustic anyway, especially when I'm just strumming chords. Just gives it a little space. I like that. So let's go to our delay and do the same thing. We want our, basically just our mix to be channel 5 as well. And maybe our feedback to be foot switch 5. We're at 54 and 40. Feedback is currently at 54. And let's bring that feedback back, but the mix is the most important. This mix is at 40. You want to bring the mix down a bit. Let's see what that sounds like. I like it. Now, we also need to click bypass. So let's set this bypass assignment, turn it on and off to foot switch 3. And we will turn this reverb on and off with foot switch 6. That way he can get to those relatively quickly. Now when I turn the acoustic off, those reverbs and delay settings are going to go back up to where we liked them with our electric guitar. See if I turn it back to acoustic, our settings are down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Turn acoustic off. Turn them both off. You can unplug your guitar, reach back for that final song, click on the electric. All right, now I'm going to set this at foot switch 1, and then these EQs here, this is kind of like another boost. I'm gonna set that to foot switch 4. We will save that. Now it sounds like this guitar is not as full or out in front like the acoustic was. Maybe in the recording it might sound different, but here in the room, maybe because the acoustic is an acoustic instrument, it sounds louder in the room. I'll be able to go back and listen to it. But again, just go back to this mixer block and adjust those volumes. And don't just adjust them here. You need to do it at the controller assign. If you want the B level to be louder or less loud, you do that here and just make sure you save your settings. Now, what else would we want to do? Now, I like to use my HX Stomp XL to do a song per preset. So I got 4 songs. If I have more songs than that, then I would just copy this preset over because usually some of the songs are after the message. And then after the message, I would just go to the other identical preset. And in these songs, you can adjust, BPM. So 98 for the first song, we'll say. We'll go to Snapshot 2. And say 123, 124, save. Snapshot 3 is 83, save. Snapshot 4 is 72. Boom. That way when I scroll through these, it's acting like different songs, which is really good. I can also save parameter adjustments and bypass assignments per snapshot. As you saw, things were moving around. So let's just say song 1, I want my acoustic to be on. So I like that. Song 2, I want my electric to be on, and I'll save that. Song 3, I still want my electric to be on, but I don't want my overdrive to be on. And song 4, I'm going back to my acoustic. You can do that. And you can even come up here and name the songs. Like you can rename this and say Lion or whatever. Let's play in Ryland's set list for him. He's gonna do Yes I Will. Snapshot 2 is the electric, so that's a big song. As Loud as He Is Worthy. I like it. Snapshot 3. What's this song need to be? Beautiful Jesus. Beautiful J. Love it. And they're going to end with Lion. Okay. All right, so let me explain again what we're doing. We're coming in the main with either guitar. They're both hitting the compressor. I did this split Y here. You don't have to do this. You could do like a split A-B because you're only playing one instrument at a time and they can both be sent through both routes if you want because it's over here that we're muting one of those. So you could do that. But if you do this split Y, if you did want 2 instruments at a time, like coming in the left input and the right input, one of them would be sent to the top and one would be sent to the bottom. You can actually use this preset to do 2 instruments at once. Like somebody can play acoustic while somebody plays electric. It's just you would have to share the delay settings. You'd have to make sure both B and A are up. So this is not really an essential step. This could just be boop in the middle. Let's just save that. So our signal is coming down both. We have these settings. This is a stereo signal, and so is this. Coming back to this mixer block, clicking A or B to determine what we want to listen to. If they're both on, you're gonna go through the acoustic and the electric sound, and that will not sound good, especially if you're trying to play a nice clean electric and it's run through this dirty amp. And then we're just going out the mains, and that's it. Now currently I have the preset set up in 6 stomp mode like this, but sometimes I like to be in 4 stomp mode, which you go to page here, scroll over to global settings, switch that to 4 switch mode, and that helps you scroll up and down snapshots like that. But if you want to stay in 6 stomp mode, global settings, 6 switch stomp mode, you can put it back and you can use something like a dual foot switch here, or one of these pre-programmed things like I have here, where you can access tap and tempo and hit your snapshots. This is the Little Robbie Pilot. I believe he went out of business, but it's amazing if you can get a secondhand one. Also, a couple other companies that do something similar is Preston Pedals. He makes a bunch of those. I actually just did a giveaway. It's probably over by the time you're watching this. Also, String Velocity is another company that makes those pre-programmed MIDI controllers. So, you can get it for the regular HX Stomp and the XL where it can control 4 snapshots. Rylan, I hope this is a helpful preset. Hope this is a helpful video for those of you watching. Let me know down in the comments what you would like to see next. Check out the Expanse pack. I also have the Sunday Ready pack, which is just 10 premium presets ready to go if you don't want to dig all through the hundreds. There's probably near 100 presets in the Expanse pack by now. They're both good. You can get both of them. Also have some really good tone match presets. If you want to grab those, check all that out. I'll link it down below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.